Hello out there, all you splinterheads. Thanks for coming back and joining me. Today, I felt after my video yesterday on the market situation and development as far as possible manipulation goes, I felt I owed a second follow-up video with a little bit more explanation. On my drive to work after that, I felt that maybe I had come off a little bit harsh, but I wanted to go ahead and take a second look at what's going on in the card market and just dive in a little bit deeper and see if I was a little bit overly harsh on calling it market manipulation. Once again, this was brought out by an original video by Crypto Mancer, so I am giving him credit on shining a light on this, in other words. But I also wanted to go into it because I felt at least if you're on the market looking to buy cards, you should pay attention to this and see what's going on and make your purchasing decisions appropriately. I'll stop for a second and say nothing I'm going to go into should be considered as investment advice. I like playing the game. I also like buying cards and collecting cards. I've been into it since Magic the Gathering in the 90s. That's just something on me. But let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm going to go over to Peak Monsters, which, if you don't know, is a linked site to the game, whereas you can buy, sell, trade, auction off cards. It offers a lot of functionality that the buying cards in the actual game does not. So currently I'm on my cards page. I'm going to go over to the buy page and we're going to take a look further at what we were talking about in my video yesterday. And from what I've seen, it mostly is in play for epic cards and rare cards. Somewhat the common cards, but it's harder to dictate what's happening on the common cards, because on the common cards you already need you already need hundreds of copies of cards to combine to make higher level cards anyway, so it's hard to tell whether it's just a person that's trying to affect the market or it's just a person that wants to combine and get a max level card. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. I think from what I've seen, mostly we're talking about Chaos Legion and rewards cards. So let's start with the epics. Let's sort by epics. We'll go into Lava Launcher and look at the card bids. We can scroll down, we can see a number of quote-unquote paywalls, for lack of a better term, where people are throwing up massive quantities of buys. Okay, and you say, well, one take on this is, well, maybe they just want to buy, thousands of this copy of cards. Yeah, that's fine. That's free market, right? But after you start looking down through here and you see what is happening is through these paywalls, the price of the card is being forced up. So you can see starting down here where a 1 BCX card is about 6 cents. Now after we go through these various paywalls, we're up to 10 cents. So that's 4 cents. Is that a lot if you're just buying one or two? No, it's not a lot. However, when you are buying multiple cards, it all adds up, right? So maybe this is just a individual example. Let's keep going. Revealer. Same sort of thing. Thousands of cards, auction bids are put up. And in effect, what it's doing is it's forcing up the price. I'm not even going to go off the first page here, but you can see that it's forcing the price up several cents per BCX, which affects the overall market, which on the back end, if the person or bot is forcing the market up, they can go over and they can just sell their card for higher amounts. So they're artificially inflating the value of the card to go ahead and sell the card on the backside, make a profit, and then potentially pull their bids, their massive paywall bids, off of the market before they're even affected by it, by too many people selling them cards at that rate. We'll keep going. Gin Renova, a card I really like, play heavily in my life hand. We'll go over to the card bids, and once again we see these massive paywalls. 460. I won't even go off of the first page, but we can see that the cards go from somewhere around 0.8 cents or 8 cents, and up here we're at 10 cents. So a couple cents here, a couple cents there. Tide biter. And I'm not going to keep doing this, but you get the idea. Thousands of cards, bids put up, artificially inflating the price so that they can take advantage of it on the back end. I also found, and I won't keep going because that's kind of beating a point there, but rares, it's also an effect on the rares too. So we'll go into Seedsmith. Thousands, forcing that price up several cents per card, per PCX. Same thing. Okay. And I started talking to my brother about this because he also plays, and he had a valid point. This is a free market. He said this kind of thing is done on the stock market all the time. There's, I think, and I'm not a stock market guy, but and there may be a solution to this, but I don't have one. So the main takeaway here is be aware of this. If you see this in play, you really need the card, I guess you're just going to bite the bullet and deal with it, and you're paying the extra money for the card, right? But if you can get away with making your bids without having to deal with the paywalls and strategically buying cards, trading with people that you know or trust, then that may be a better solution. It's hard to say in a massive economy like this, but I just wanted to go ahead and take a step back, be less excited about it because I kind of rushed that video out yesterday, and just basically shine a light on it again. This is a evolving situation as we go along. I just want everyone to be aware of what to look for. So once again, thanks for joining me. If you enjoy my content, or if you find it at all useful, go ahead and like and subscribe, and set your notifications. I try to get videos out at 8 a.m. Eastern time, at least a few times a week. So thanks for stopping by. I'll see you on the flip side.